how my grandpa owns glasses? Well, yesterday he got a new pair. They're red, like fire! And he's super cool. He's a blue and green dragon. Did you know that?
No.
Well,
No, we didn't know that. Dragons wear glasses? Maybe they should be wearing those safety goggles or something like that.
Dragons are too powerful for safety goggles.
Yeah, you think? I think safety goggles made of... Ah, the camera's on. Hello, everybody. It's me, Alphonzo.
Hi.
Mario Luigi Spaghetti. And this is my friend, the interrupting dragon.
Hi, my name's the Dragon, and I like to interrupt.
Yes, he always interrupts. That's the interrupting dragon. He's right here. We have two new friends visiting today. Over here we have our friend, the fireman Fred. He's come all the way over from England. He's here to visit. And this is our friend Suzette. She's a cheerleader, of course. And I am, of course... Oh, wait, there's Ada. Hello, Ada.
Hi.
And again, if you forgot, I will say it again. I am... who am I? Alphonzo! Alphonzo Mario Luigi Spaghettini. And we have a special episode for you today. I'm going to ask quiz questions of my friends here, and they're going to tell us some things.
Are you going to ask one for me?
Yes, Aida, let's start with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is St. Patrick? Ada doesn't know. What do you know about St. Patrick?
I know
He
something.
wears green, right?
He wears green. Well, everyone thinks he wears a green. Fireman Fred, who is St. Patrick?
Oh, I think he was a man from Ireland or something like that.
A man from Ireland. Okay, everybody thinks he's a man from Ireland. Suzette, who was St. Patrick?
I think he was a priest.
You think he was a priest? Oh, that's getting close. Interrupting Dragon, do you know anything about the St. Patrick?
Well, in Dragon School, which is called Just School,
Just school.
we just learned about St. Patrick. And he was a very special guy who lived in Britain. But then, guess what happened? You wouldn't believe it.
Tell us what happened. Wait a minute, wait. He lived in Britain? I think he was from Ireland, and the man from Britain says he was from Ireland. What's going on here?
No. He was from Britain. Do you know what happened to him?
Tell us,
What?
because Fireman Fred said he was from Ireland, and everybody thinks he's from Ireland, and Ada said he wears green. Not that everybody in Ireland wears green necessarily. We want to be
should.
culturally sensitive. but tell us what's the deal with St. Patrick not being from Ireland?
He got kidnapped by pirate dragons and was
He-
taken to Ireland to work as a slave.
Okay, back up a minute. Okay. St. Patrick was not from Ireland. That's
No.
true. He was from Britain, and he was
Yes.
born sometime in the early 400s.
Yes.
And you're right that he got kidnapped from Britain, and he was taken to Ireland, but he was not kidnapped by pirate dragons.
Well, maybe it was dragon pirates.
Okay, here's the question. Fireman Fred, do you know how old he was when he got kidnapped from Britain?
I think he was about 10 years old.
No, actually, he was... Oh, now I've picked up your accent. Fireman Fred, you have such a nice accent. Anyway, St. Patrick, who wasn't a saint at the time, was 16 years old when he got kidnapped from England, and he was taken to Ireland as a slave. Did you know that, Ada? And do you know how many years he spent in Ireland as a slave?
700.6.
No,
No,
he'd
no,
be
no,
a
no.
geezer.
Not 700.6. He spent, I think it was like 6 years as a slave or something like that.
Yeah, it was about that, I think.
And then he ended up going back to Britain, but not long after that, because his faith in God was very, very strong. Not long after that, he sensed a calling from God to go back as a missionary to Ireland.
Because everyone there thought that sticks would save them from all kinds of bad things, so they would bow down to the sticks.
That
but
doesn't
they
make any
but they were
sense.
false gods, and only the one true God could save them. But they didn't know him. So he decided to go back and save all of them.
Well, good thing my dog eats sticks.
So he went back to Ireland as a missionary, and he decided to tell them about Jesus and to share the gospel with them.
Sounds great, hey?
Yeah. And then a lot of people in Ireland came to faith in Jesus because he was witnessing to them. And later on, people started to call him, like many years later, started to call him a saint. And they called him Saint Patrick.
What's a saint?
Well, actually, according to the Bible, all of those who are believers and followers of Jesus are saints.
I am Saint Ada.
But in Catholic sort of religious tradition, they would select certain people and they would give them the title of saint and make for everybody to understand that they were special and very important to the faith.
Sounds like super cool.
Yes, it was super cool. But what are some of the things about St. Patrick now, or St. Patrick's Day, that really have nothing to do with the real story of St. Patrick?
Green.
Green.
Okay, that everything has to be
Clovers.
green, or that
Clovers.
clovers maybe?
Luck.
Luck?
Oh, and there's this one old legend that was super silly, and it wasn't even true, where they said that the St. Patrick took a rod and made all the snakes in the land go into the ocean so they wouldn't eat the people. But it was not true.
Excuse
That's
me,
right. There is an old
Alphonso.
legend about St. Patrick
Alphonso.
driving the snakes away from
Alphonso.
Ireland. Yes.
Fred has a question.
Fred, do you have a question?
Oh yeah, did he have a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow?
No, he didn't have a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow
Did he have a
either.
pet leprechaun?
He didn't have a pet leprechaun. These are all things that were added later. Myths and legend and local, what's it called?
Myths,
Cultural
I
lore.
think myths.
Yeah, but those things aren't true. St. Patrick was actually a missionary who shared the gospel of Jesus Christ with the people of Ireland.
How'd they change it up though?
I don't know. Over time, these things just get changed, and we lose focus on the
Like
real
Christmas.
thing.
Christmas is about Jesus being born, but everybody does it like red, white, green, Santa Claus, reindeer, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman.
That's right. Sometimes these true stories about Jesus, or those who were servants of Jesus or missionaries, those things get changed over time, and so they become less about Jesus. And we don't want that. We want the real story, and we want to tell everybody about a Jesus.
So focus on your history books, kids.
Well, even the history books, sometimes they get things wrong, you know. I think it's more important for us to understand how the Bible has written history for us and has influenced also the history that is now taking place.
Sounds epic.
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds like a fire.
Now, how are you going to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to a party with my friend Suzette, and we're gonna cheer and we're gonna fire.
Are you inviting Fred? I think he's.
Yep.
Like,
Everyone's
but
coming.
he's a fireman. Then why?
Well, how
is
do you and
that
Fred
just-
get along? If you're a fire-breathing dragon and he's the one who puts out fires, Fred, how do you feel about this?
Well, it feels pretty sad to see someone that does things like that, like putting fires, because lots of people have to put them out, you know.
That's true, but the interrupting dragon promises to not light things on fire that
I
are
do?
valuable.
I did. I don't
Yeah,
think
and
I
all
ever
the
said
trees he burns down are on his own property.
that. They are.
Yeah, well, let's just say that.
Okay. Let's just
Okay.
say that.
Anyway, moving on. That's St. Patrick's Day, everybody. You should celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Woo!
But don't do like drinking green beer and dressing all green and going to
Green
parties.
beer?
Yeah, that's what people do. It has nothing to do with St. Patrick's at all. It is celebrating someone who is a humble servant of God who went as a missionary to Ireland to save people by telling them the gospel about Jesus. And it's worth celebrating.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I read a book, and this girl, she wanted to do everything green, so then she brought a green lunch. Everything. It was like broccoli, celery, and pickles.
Ugh.
And then there was green icing. One of her friends had green icing, just a tube of it.
Well, you know what? For St. Patrick's Day, we sure don't see people eating a lot of green broccoli. It's usually like everything else that's dyed green with food coloring. Blah. I could make a spicy meatballs and dye them green, but instead I think I would just like to have a spicy meatballs.
Yeah. No.
Okay, time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah, we're done now. Thank you for visiting Fireman Fred, and thank you for visiting our friend Suzette.
Yeah,
On the
it's
way
great to
out, let's
see
sing a
you.
song together. It goes like this.
Let's do a cheer song. This is the whole song.
Patrick, the saint of Ireland, was a slave in British time. No, he wasn't. He was slave of Ireland. Then he was a missionary of Christianity.
That makes sense.
He didn't go there to save people from snakes. Oh, that is fakes. Oh, that's not real. Oh, yeah,
leprechaun
He
or
went there
ghost.
too. And people get saved from their sin by telling them about that gospel. Yeah.
Ireland rules.
It's not about drinking green beer. It's not about having four-leaf clovers. It's all about knowing that Jesus is God and He saved you from the sin, and you can tell everybody